Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Today we are going to talk about angle relationships. So what are angle relationships? When we are talking about angle relationships, we need to know the relationship between angles, or how are angles formed when we have different kind of lines, right? That's what we are going to talk about. We are given different kind of lines, and then which angles are going to be formed from those lines, and what can we say about those angles. Now, looking at what we've just said, we need to know that there are angles that are formed when two lines are intersecting, right? There are two straight lines which are intersecting. What is a straight line? A straight line is a line that is drawn like from point A to point B, following this pathway is not bending, it's not going like this. Okay, we know that this one is it's not a straight line, right? AB is a straight line. So in mathematics, we don't have to assume. We have to be told. Please make sure that you understand that we have to be told. We have to be told that AB is a straight line. Okay, it's something very important in maths. We kind of don't just assume that AB is straight line because our eyes may deceive us. We need to be told that AB is a straight line, or maybe there is some helping information that can help us deduce the fact that AB is a straight line. For example, when you are told that this shape is a rectangle, and then you know that the side of a rectangle is a straight line, right? Then you know that if AB is the side of a rectangle, then you know that it's a straight line. Okay, most of these things you understand them as we are going with the lesson. But when we have a straight line, you don't have to assume that a line is straight. We have to be told, or we have to be given information that will help us decide that is this line AB a straight line or not. So we may not have one straight line. We may have two of those straight lines, right? We may have two of those straight lines. When those two straight lines, that's where we have this. When we have two straight lines that are intersecting, what is to intersect? Okay, to intersect is I may have this straight line and I have another straight line, right? When we have those two straight lines, this is called the point of intersection. Intersection, right? They are intersecting at this point. In other ways, to intersect is to meet. Where are these points meeting? Where are these two lines meeting? So when two intersecting straight lines, when we have this situation, we can form angles. So we want to talk about the angles that we form when the two straight lines intersect. Or in other words, or in simple terms, we are saying we want to find the angles that are there when we have two meeting straight lines. When the two straight lines are meeting, what kind of angles do we have? The first angles, we are going to have this situation where we are told that AB is perpendicular to CD. AB is perpendicular to CD, which means the first important thing that we have is the word perpendicular. And whenever you hear that the two lines are perpendicular, then you need to understand that the angle they are forming is 90 degrees. Yes, perpendicular lines are formed when we have two straight lines meeting. So first we have to be told that AB and CD are straight lines. AB and CD are straight lines, perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular to each other. In other words, we are saying AB is perpendicular to CD. AB is perpendicular to CD. or CD is perpendicular to AB. When we are told that, then we know that the angle they are forming is 90 degrees. Therefore, we use this way of drawing to indicate that this is 90 degrees. Even this one is also 90 degrees. Even this one is also 90 degrees because it's on the point of intersection of perpendicular lines. So when perpendicular lines intersect, if you want to take something from here, we say that when perpendicular lines meet, they form the angle 90 degrees. Well, it kind of doesn't really make sense for us to really talk about this, but you need to understand that if they are perpendicular to each other, then we are talking about 90 degrees. Most of the time, we are not going to talk about 90 degrees and perpendicular in the same line ever again, maybe most of the cases, because when I say perpendicular, you should just know that if they are perpendicular, it means that they are 90 degrees to each other, right? In other words, in maths, we end up writing things like AB is perpendicular to CD. You see, I'm even using the symbol that is showing us that they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means they should be 90 degrees. They should form 90 degrees when they meet. In other words, when you already see the lines that are forming 90 degrees, then you know that if this is M, N, P, Q, I'm already given this, then you know that PQ or MN is perpendicular to PQ. They are perpendicular to each other. Why? Because they are forming 90 degrees. So it's one way or the other. When they are perpendicular, you know that they are forming 90 degrees. When there is 90 degrees, you know that the lines are perpendicular, right? I think from what we said last time, we need